3 months ago, I decided to commit to something in 2025, and that is hybrid training, balancing strength, endurance, and managing everything that life throws at me. It sounded a little bit intimidating at the start of this journey, and today I want to share my progress so far. The struggles, the progress, and most importantly, the lessons that I've learned along the way. So let me take you back to where all this began. I've always been fascinated with the idea of being strong and being able to be fast and have that endurance, kind of like the all-rounded athlete. But I'll admit that I did not have quite a good idea of how to program that kind of training for the progress that I wanted. And I remember asking myself, can I do this without burning out? The challenge of balancing running, lifting, and recovery felt overwhelming, but it made me want to do it even more. So I set a goal, commit to 3 solid months of hybrid training, and let me tell you, it has been a ride. Now let's talk progress. First up, my endurance. Back when I first started, running 5 km felt like a huge effort. Fast forward to now, I'm hitting my 10 to 12k without feeling tired. And I'm consistently hitting it feeling stronger every single week. My pace, it's still a work in progress. I'm not focusing too much on the pace, but more of building that aerobic base. And shaving seconds off my kms every single week felt rewarding. And how about my strength training? Well, that has been a game changer. My squats and deadlifts have increased more than 50%. More importantly, I feel solid when I run. I don't feel like I'm dragging my feet and my form feels good. And I don't really get aches from running. I think that's the beauty of building strength while running at the same time. You complement each other. And it's not just numbers in the gym, it's about how you feel when you move. So to give a rough idea of how my progress has been like, let's take a look at my records. Right, for my lifts, when I started back 3 months ago, I went everything at 0 plates. So I started with the empty bar, so just 20 kg, right? Everything, just 20 kg. And as of this week, my squats are up to 75 kg, my bench press is at 50 kg, my barbell rows is 50 kg, deadlifts, I'm going light on the deadlift, so it's 60 kg. Overhead press at 42.5 kg, my cleans are at 40 kg, and front squat, which is just an accessory movement for me, is 42.5 kg. I'm doing all this weight without feeling like I'm straining myself. It feels good to do this weight because I'm progressing at a very slow pace, but a very sustainable pace. And do remember, 3 months ago, I was starting out without any plates on the bar. So let me share with you my run journey so far. The last run that I did was just today. As of the time of filming, today is a Sunday, and I just did a 12 km in the morning. My pace was at 6 minutes 43 seconds. I should have went slower for my recovery run, but since it felt good, I just followed the pace that my body felt comfortable at. And 3 months ago, my pace was at 7 minutes 35 seconds, and the note that I wrote here was that it did felt quite tiring. Right, I do have notes just to say how I feel for that training. I'll share more on that later in the later part of this video. Progressing from 4 km all the way to 12 km right now, I feel like the progress has been not too fast, not too slow, but most importantly, it's sustainable. But let's not sugarcoat this. It hasn't always been smooth sailing. There were weeks where I felt completely drained and tired because of the hectic schedule with my work and also training. Most of the time, I don't get enough sleep. And that is something I'm still working on. Oh, and nutrition, that is so important. And I do want to highlight this. So let me just share about nutrition right now. The last that I checked my weight was about a couple weeks ago. And to my surprise, I've lost 4 kg. That is not the intention. I did not start this fitness journey in 2025 to lose weight. I wanted to maintain my weight, but apparently I've lost 4 kg. Of course, I've increased my intake of food over the last couple of weeks because I want to gain back that weight. Hydration has not been an issue for me. I've been drinking enough, but it seems like I've not been eating enough. Obviously, I'm in deficit. And that's okay. I think this is part of the process of figuring all this out. So here's what I've learned in the past 3 months. First up is consistency beats perfection. There were days where I did not hit my target. I'm supposed to do a 5 reps, 5 sets, and perhaps at the end of that 5 sets, the last set, I might only be able to push 4 reps out. But then I'll just do another set of maybe like 2 or 3 reps to cover up for that. Most importantly, I believe it's showing up and doing something that keeps me moving forward consistently. Number 2, recovery is just as important as training. Do not treat it like an afterthought. They are non-negotiables. I believe they should be part of training and you should treat it as it's supposed to be. And number 3, listen to your body. I've learned this the hard way when I got injured years back. There's a fine line between pushing yourself and overdoing it. Learning to recognize that line makes all the difference. And the biggest lesson? Progress isn't always about hitting milestones. Sometimes it's about feeling better than you felt the previous week. Where do I go from here on after these 3 months of training? My next focus is dialing in my training, building on my explosive power, my speed, and techniques for Hyrox specific stations. That is not going to happen soon. I'm still building on my foundation, but I'm still refining my plan and making it sustainable and exciting at the same time. I'll also be sharing more on my journey, tips, and even the days that don't go so well, because this is a whole process. And if you're thinking of starting your hybrid training journey, I hope this video has more or less shed some light as to how a beginner like myself is experiencing the start of my journey. Before I wrap this up, I do want to share something with you that could make all that difference if you're just starting out your journey as a hybrid athlete. I've picked up a few habits that have genuinely helped me stay on track and maximize my progress. And I think they will help you too. So first up, planning my workout like it is an appointment. It sounds simple, but it is incredibly effective. Every Sunday, I sit down, plan out my training for the following week. I go down to the exact specific numbers of reps, numbers of sets, the weight that I'm going to be lifting, the kind of run that I'll be doing for each day of training. I go down to very specific details. And I do write little notes as to my training, my lifts, from whatever I've learned from the past week or the past month. I will write some notes which will remind me when I'm actually doing the exercise itself. This does two things. It takes out the guesswork of what I'm doing every single day when I wake up and go to the gym or go for my run. And it makes me less likely to skip the workouts. There's no more waking up and thinking, what am I supposed to do today? Everything is already planned out and I plot it in my calendar. Number 2, tracking progress beyond the numbers. We all know how important it is to track your progress, but here's the thing, don't just focus on the progress of the numbers, like the pace that you're running at, the weight that you're lifting. Track how you feel for that training. Track how you feel for the run that you just did. For example, after every single lifting sessions, I'll be writing down notes. Say, for example, I did not do well for the squats because for that day I felt like something was weird, but then towards the third set or maybe the fourth set of my squats, I realized that I'm not engaging my core properly. So I will note that down. So for the next session, when I go back to the squat rack, I will remember that and I will do better. So I feel like that has helped me improve greatly over the last 3 months. And for my runs, I will also track how I feel, the way that I run, what I could improve on. And this whole tracking process has been a huge eye-opener for me, because sometimes even if the numbers don't move, I can see progress in how I'm feeling or how I'm recovering. It has also helped me identify certain type of patterns in the way that I recover. It has definitely made my training more intuitive and more personal. The third one is to have active recovery day. And for me, that's my Sundays where I go for my relaxed long run. Although sometimes I tend to push myself a bit more, I try to be more relaxed on Sunday just to reset my body for the next week. I will also add on my stretchings, a longer session of stretching, and foam rolling too. And sometimes some mobility works to keep my body feeling good. So these 3 habits, planning your workout, tracking your progress beyond numbers, and having active recovery days, this has helped me tremendously in the last 3 months. And I believe it will add some value to your training as you progress into 2025. If you try any of these at all, do let me know in the comment section. I would love to know how it helps you. And if this video resonated with you, do hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, follow me on this journey into 2025, and let's keep pushing forward with our fitness journey. I'll see you in the next video.